Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with more Crusader Kings 2 Elder Kings. So, last time around, we finally had our queen, the great Queen Karita finally passed away. And so, King Borvir II of Riften inherited the kingdom of Eastmarch, and they became one large kingdom. And while that was really, really great for us, and it, was totally instrumental in expanding our territories significantly, because the Rift had been, the next largest kingdom in Skyrim behind us, and so by joining them, we almost doubled in size. However, in doing so, that sort of brought along its own set of problems. Namely, a lot of our laws have been changed slightly, our inheritance has been changed slightly. We've got a lot of vassals who are unhappy with us right now. And just a lot of sort of disorganization throughout the kingdom, partly because the AI had been controlling the kingdom up to now, and partly just because the kingdom is so big now that there's going to be some lapses in organization here and there. However, there's one issue that we can remedy fairly easily, and that is I pointed out that when the inheritance happened that we were going to become the Rift rather than Eastmarch, and I wasn't too happy about that. But I remembered that we can change our primary title, and somebody was kind enough to point that out in the comments. For those of you who didn't know, you were able to do that. So I wanted to give a shout out to Zach DeChico, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, for pointing that out in the comments. For those of you who didn't know that was a possibility. So just in case you didn't know, I'll go ahead and do it now because I was going to do it anyways. Just select your title. They do have to be the same level. So obviously kingdoms here. If you were a Jarl, then you could change between Jarldoms. But for example, I don't think we can set the Jarldom of Eastmarch as our primary one. However, we can make the Kingdom of Eastmarch our primary title, and that should change us to blue. And it still says the Rift. It should say something slightly different. Let's try to zoom in to get rid of that. No, it's still going to say the Rift, but whatever. We're the Kingdom of Eastmarch again, and we're blue again. And our icon is the bear, which I like. That's not going to change, is it? Oh well. Anywho, I've already set the counselors not to fight, except for the marshal, obviously, because Agni can throw down. We have the availability to change a crown law, and so we obviously want to do that. Our heir has changed now because we changed our primary title. So the primary concern for us now is that the Kingdom of the Rift is going to be inherited by Prince Karl, not Prince Sild. Prince Karl is our uncle, Prince Sild is our son. Karl has been a thorn in our side up to this point, where Sild has been sort of a minor player. We haven't really seen a whole lot from him. He is not the greatest of characters, but he does have sons who apparently, okay, we are bringing up, which is good. Not the greatest diplomat, but pretty decent stats otherwise. Anywho, that's our main concern. The Thaindom of the Rift, I honestly don't really care about. Once we figure out who our heir is, we could just give that to them and sort of resolve that issue. There are a lot of titles that we can create, none of which are supremely important right now. And then we have a claim that we can press on Usten Pass. I think that's how you pronounce that. And I wouldn't mind doing that. The issue is that we would be declaring war on the Kingdom of Morrowind, which is united and obviously very large. So that does concern me quite a bit. However, if we were able to take that, that would mean that if we can fortify this single province, the only way that Morrowind can attack us is through that province, rather than having these 3 targets that we need to fortify. So I think that would be pretty beneficial to us if we could pull it off. They could obviously attack us by sea, but this mountain range runs all the way to the coast, so they cannot pass it anywhere but here. Where is it? Right here. So, yeah. Or, I mean, obviously, if they want to come all the way around, they could go through here. But, same thing, we've got one province guarding that versus over here we've got 3. So I think that would be very beneficial to us. Obviously, we're going to try to continue to expand west. But because we've had so many content rulers, we can't conquest these provinces. And so we've slowed down on that front quite a bit. Quite a bit. I think the Pale is going to be our primary target here. I think we might be able to... He doesn't hate me anymore. Wonder if we can pull that off. No. Not going to happen. But yeah. These guys are going to be our first target. I had discussed leaving Whiterun around for a while we conquer everybody else. Because they are our allies, technically. They are fairly loyal and friendly to us. They are going to get absorbed at some point. I just don't know when. But I think we'll probably deal with the Pale and Newgrad first. So we'll take those 3. And then maybe sort of work our way around Whiterun until we just kind of envelop them. And then we'll see if they will willingly join us. If not, then we'll obviously have to conquer them. But that will come much later. So I should probably get the clock running here. Let's deal with this legal stuff first. That's going to be a tough one to pass off. I would like to up the King's Peace if I can. Title revocation would also be very, very nice. And meritocracy would be good, but it's not critical. I'm thinking internal King's Peace, because we've had, especially with Queen Karita, we had a lot of issues with internal fighting. And so that's something I'd like to do. I'd also like to maybe consider changing our crown, or our succession laws. We are absolute cognatic, so our daughters can inherit, obviously. Primogenitor would be my first or second choice, along with ultimogenitor, as I've discussed before. It doesn't look like we're able to do these, though. So it looks like we need title revocation and internal King's Peace, both of which are going to be pretty difficult to pull off. I can do one right now, obviously, assuming we get the vote. The other one I'll have to probably do through an edict, which might be a problem because, again, he is content. So, problematic, to say the least. But we're going to run into a lot of issues with our inheritance when he dies because, again, the rift is going to go to somebody else. And so we've done all this work to unite the kingdoms. It would really, really suck for them to immediately go to 2 people. And unfortunately, we cannot create the High Kingdom of Skyrim quite yet. I don't know what requirements we need for that. But until we can pull that off, keeping these 2 kingdoms together is going to be paramount. So, let's go ahead and take the internal King's Peace. And hopefully that gets passed. We'll finally get the clock started here. Looks like we're going to get a lot of minor titles thrown our way. A couple people are approving that, which is great. We can take another look and see how we're doing. Oh, it was approved. Okay. So let's see about an edict now. I don't know that we'll be able to do one. Let's see. Weak, craven, slothful, or content. And we are at least one of those. Unfortunate. So, I don't know how we can manage to get Prince Carl. Where is Carl? Carl is our uncle, so he would be her brother. If we could kill him off, that would be great. I think we're trying to, actually. We are, yeah, so we've already got that going on. Where is he? That might be good to know. Oh, our bathrooms are done. And he's still trying to kill his wife. He's founding another faction. He is in Ironbind. No, he's not. Unless he's... No, that's definitely Rika. So where is he? Oh, he's a nobody in Ironbind. He's not the ruler. He's just living there. So, let's see. Oh, wrong one. Let's have you build a spy network in Ironbind. Unfortunately, that's going to let our factions run a little bit rampant here. We've got a lot of them, obviously. But, yeah, I mean, he's probably the main concern at the moment. Our next issue is going to be based on Seniority Inheritance, which is what Riften is running. I don't know. Maybe I should switch back and look at that. How often can I toggle between these? That's probably something I should find out. I don't think there's a cooldown, so I can do this whenever I want. Let's try it. Okay. So, what that does is that puts me back in Riften mode. And yeah, I cannot change seniority. So there's a handful of people ahead of Prince Sild, unfortunately. Got an uncle, a cousin, and a brother ahead of him. He is 41. I mean, these guys aren't exactly ancient, so that's going to be, you know, problematic. But we'll figure something out. Your suggestions on this would definitely be useful, because we obviously want to keep the kingdoms together if we can. Because it was a lot of work to get them that way in the first place. So let's switch back to Eastmarch. And yeah, it's a bummer. I don't know how that ended up seniority. I'm sure it had something to do with all the civil wars that took place. What are some of these factions doing? Crown levies, Thane Goldier for Eastmarch, remove the King's Peace. That was awfully quick. Oh, in the Rift, they already had one. Or they already had that law. What else do we got going on here? Seniority succession in Eastmarch. That would make my heir Rika, though. So that still wouldn't work out, because in the Rift, women can't inherit. In Eastmarch, they can. So we still wouldn't end up with the same people. One of my acquaintances is preparing to undertake the Path of the Divines, a pilgrimage to the various way shrines of the individual divines. It is a spiritual, but also a physical journey that could take them through some particularly troubled lands infested with bandits and wild beasts. I will warn them and take that favor. There didn't really seem to be a downside to that. He is on his own in that, so I don't really need to concern myself with it. Borvir, he is the son of Yolfthor. Let's see. Rika, go ahead and educate him. But yeah, this is a pretty difficult spot here. I mean, we could be in a much worse place right now, but it's going to be very difficult for us to keep this going. Okay, so we had a daughter. We had a granddaughter to one of our sons, one of our younger sons, Prince Rigel, named Signy, who is... Okay, so she's a Nord. She looks a little bit different from the normal Nord children, I think, but okay. Margaret, let everyone know. Oh, damn you, Margaret. You're a spy master and you freaking blow it. What kind of spy master gets drunk and blabs stuff? So Prince Carl hates me now. But whatever. I hated him first, so it's only fair. I am curious what we need in order to... oh, it changed to Eastmarch finally. Cool. I don't know. Wait. Kidnap. Why are you trying to kidnap people, dude? Where is that? Okay, whatever. Whatever. I'm curious what we need to do to create the title High King of Skyrim. Or whatever the title is. I think it's High King. In the games, obviously, it's High King. But I don't know what it is in this particular game. But I would like to do that because that would allow me to have one main title under which all the others would fall. So the main mass of our, well, the entire mass of our kingdom here would remain united under the main title, and then we would have two lesser titles, you know, the King of Eastmarch, King of the Rift, but we would have the High King of Skyrim ruling both. So that would be probably the easiest way out if I could pull that off, but I have no idea how to do that. I know in the base game, or at least like the current version of the vanilla game, there is a way to see like all titles that this falls under. But I don't know how to do it in 2.1.4. So, yeah. Can I tell him to stop? Probably not. Okay, we can. So, maybe you guys can fill me in on how to do that as well. But yeah, I would really like to be able to pull that off. Ledger, main menu, characters. Oh, title. How convenient. Skyrim. Kingdom of Skyrim, okay. How do we create that? Special creation conditions, never. Interesting. Are there any claimants? Carl and Rika. But yeah, it doesn't say what I need to... I mean, maybe I just need 600 gold and 200 favor. Okay, for too long, so it looks like we're going to be in another civil war here. Which faction is this? This is the... which one is this? The No King's Peace, led by this guy. They have about 81% of my personal troops. I think we'll be okay. We do have some allies and we do have loyal vassals. We're not going to allow them to blackmail us. So let's pause. Eastmarch or revolt. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Uh-oh, somebody's going to inherit. Her heir is not of... I thought I paused. Yeah, I need to pause here. She needs a guardian. Let's see who's available. Who else do we got? Who's a good steward? We could use better stewards. Let's let Rangella, if that's her name, take care of it. And then we need to obviously call up our armies. And then... So we got 2,000 there. Let's see if Whiterun's willing to join the party. No, we don't want to do that. Huh. Allies. We should have... Fenric, Thane of Cloud Ruler. I thought Whiterun was our ally. Maybe it was for a previous ruler, but not for him. Let's go ahead and call in some of these guys, though, if we can. He might. Who else do we got? I mean, we could call in... I think he's already part of the war, so that's not going to work. Rika might already be part of it as well. I think she is. She won't join our plot either. Huh. Well, let's see if he will. He's got a pretty nice beard going on. So we got those two. She might join. And then... None of these guys are of any consequence, really. So let's first consolidate our troops. And I think I'd prefer to do it here. I don't know how well this is going to work. So I'm going to try to have most of these guys head them off, just in case they move. The large army is going to try to intercept them there if they can. But we'll have these smaller armies sort of like pour in here. You can go there. Let's see, you can head in there as well. Actually, you know what? Meet the large army there. We'll start consolidating there. And let's see, why don't you two do that as well? Actually, that's going to be an issue. He's going to try to head them off. You're flying like that. You're going to have to loop around. And you guys can all kind of join up there. We'll see how that goes for the time being. We do have money for mercenaries if need be. I'd prefer to do it without if we can. But they do have a pretty large army here that's going to be pretty difficult to beat. So she's going to say no. We'll remember that next time she calls us to arms. And he will honor his obligation. Good for you, Count. I'm not even going to try. Tinio? Tinio? I don't know. And good old Count Caligulo is going to join us as well. So good on him. Hopefully they aren't able to head us off. They might. Oh, that's not good. Unless they can hold out. We won? Wow. That's surprising. Okay, they're headed to Eastmarch, I think. Yeah, they are. Let's try to catch up to them. That's bad. That's very bad. We need to pause. Pause. Did not catch them doing that, and now we're going to lose a second army to it. So that's really unfortunate right there. That's going to hurt us big time, because we just lost a huge chunk of men. Let's have you guys all join up there. And then, shoot. Another defeat. I don't know. Oh, they got completely crushed. They didn't even retreat. He's still trying to kill his wife. I don't care. Huh. We are going to need mercenaries now. There's just no way we can mass enough troops to deal with them after that loss we just took. So what do we got? We actually have holy orders available, but they are already on call with somebody else. So we can hire about 1,000 troops. We can hire the Fighters Guild. Fighters Guild of Skyrim. Let's hire them. We will join them up with our main force here, and that should give us enough troops to take on that larger army here in Anselvund. Granted, it'll be a pretty close fight. Let's have you guys kind of tiptoe around them and join the main force if you can. And there's another good chunk. We'll have them cause some trouble in Morvenskar for the time being. Oh wow, they're gonna keep piling on there. So we're gonna have some issues here. Okay, so Anselvund is slowly falling. Don't have a lot of gold left for mercenaries, unfortunately. And both of these guys are checked out, huh? That really sucks. Like, really. I kind of need them to join up then. Let's do this. And you... yeah, that's fine. We're going to lose this temporarily. It's not going to be a big deal, though. We just need to consolidate our forces in order to be large enough to take them on. Which, I mean, it sucks that we have to do that. I would have preferred to stay a little bit more compact and mobile, but, you know, what are you going to do? There's a victory. Very small victory, but a victory. You know what? Why don't you head to here? You can just go ahead and walk right over there. And you're going to continue straight through. We need to choose an ambition. Improve your intrigue. We definitely need higher intrigue. And let's see, Ravenstead. Erna, she got imprisoned. And she's trying to seduce somebody. Let's merge them up. Looks like we've got some allies in the fray now, which is great, because that will put us significantly over. They've also wasted quite a few troops in these siege battles, which work to our advantage as well. They're going to join up with us from the looks of it, and he's going to siege their capital. So it's working out pretty well for us right now. There's a victory. We took that back. Let's see. Since we all die anyway, why to be so hassled with life? No. Don't want any of those. Lustful and gluttonous aren't good either, though. Temperate is probably the best here. Chaste is not great, but it'll work in a pinch. So let's go with this one. Oh, great. Well, it was better than gluttonous or whatever. Are you going to join up with me here? It seems like they're trying to. Come on, man. I'm on a tight schedule here. Okay. So they're upset about taxes, but whatever. They are just taking their sweet time. And someone else spilled the beans. Prince Carl hates us even more, if that were possible. And let's go ahead and pick a fight now. Meanwhile, these guys are slowly taking the capital. Okay, we just lost that, but we are in a fight now. In the midst of battle, I was cornered by my enemy, but a brave soldier wielding naught but a broken sword and a shattered shield strode into the midst of my would-be killers, slaying them all. Once his deed was done, he pulled me from the mess of corpses and dragged me away from the center of battle. We don't want to be craven, but bodyguard familiar would be pretty cool. So was my uncle the one who did it, I imagine? That's cool. We didn't get craven, so that worked out. And now we've got a bodyguard, which makes us a little bit harder to kill, I think. I don't know where that falls in here. Oh, here it is. Our monthly wealth goes down, our prestige goes up slightly, martial skill goes up, and diplomacy goes down. And our ward is all grown up. He, unfortunately, is going to be a terrible ruler with 0 diplomacy. So we'll have to figure out a way to get Sild out of there if we can. Dubious monk, huh? Oh, brave, awesome. So that ended up going the other way. We have completely crushed them. We're going to pursue and finish it. Huh. So Corvinjune has passed from Skulvar the first to Skulvar the second. And oh, my nephew got assassinated. That's a shame. And his son did not inherit his claim. Why did they leave here? I thought they were going to finish that siege. It would have been nice of them. So we should catch them any second. That should eliminate their remaining forces. We captured our niece, unfortunately. We'll just ransom her or something. No? Nobody likes her that much? Well. Let's... I mean, this will probably be quicker. Let's do that first. And then I think we'll go finish the siege here. And I'll probably need to check the time fairly soon, if not now. Oh, the old Taylor story. We've seen this one before, so I'm going to fly through it pretty quickly. Wow, they just called up... Oh, not a whole lot, really. Right. So we're training under the former assassin who's now a tailor. Or at least using the tailor business as a front. Okay. Still waiting on these. Nothing going there. Nothing going there. I could probably split up my armies and do this a little bit more efficiently, but there's always a chance of them coming in with a large army and smacking you down, so. Isa Heartfang seeks to seduce Thane Goldear of Mistwatch. Honestly, I don't care. If that's what she wants to do and he's okay with it, then by all means. Okay. Now, I don't know if their progress on the siege is going to carry over here. Hopefully it does. They actually put together a decent-sized army here, which could cause a little bit of trouble, but not really anything. I mean, they could take this back. You know what? They actually put themselves right next to my army, so we are going to go crush them as soon as this is over. No, no, no. There you go. They're going to try to run to Shorestone. I don't know if we'll catch them. I'm hoping we will. We did have a little bit of a head start. Yeah, we got him. Cool. Still trying to kill his wife, and Anselvan's under attack, but we already sorted that. I'm going to pause here and check the time now that we've won that battle. I will see you guys in just a minute. Right, so we are pretty much out of time. I would like to finish this war, this episode, though, so maybe we'll go just another minute and see if we can wrap this up. Someone's trying to kill... Who's Tolan Iron Scales? Well, we can throw this guy in prison now. Huh. No one's going to object. We got a pretty fair chance. Let's go ahead and do it. I don't know what we're going to do with him. If we executed him... Jarl... My cousin. Can I do anything with him? Huh. No one will object. We got a 50-50 chance. Let's go ahead and try it. Wow, 2 for 2. And let's see. This kid. He needs a new teacher. Let's let his father do it. Are you guys almost there? 60% war score. This should get wrapped up fairly quickly. Taking this would all but do it. 402, huh? Let's see. Apparently there's a lot going on in Ironbind, because we've discovered quite a few plots. So +2 intrigue. We're still below 10, so it's going to let me keep going, I think. He's 60 years old now, though, which worries me. Because if these two kingdoms split up again, it's going to be really difficult to get them back together. Huh. Whatever. That guy is trying really hard to kill his wife. Huh. Uh-oh. Which fighters guild is he in charge of? Of Skyrim? He's working for us. No valid plots. Oh, because we're still trying to kill him. Okay, well, we need to keep that in mind. At least there's a thing about it here. And a new kinswoman. Okay, so... Is it worth assaulting the holding? I'd prefer to keep as many men alive as possible, because obviously we've got a couple more fights coming our way in the near future. However, this host attacking us... Okay, we lost the trait Humble. Preferred to lose the trait Content, but, you know, what are you going to do? New Archprimate. This guy's fairly young. And there's the surrender. So, let's go ahead and accept it. So he's going to lose 200 prestige. We gain about 80 prestige. And the whole nation's revolt risk goes down 2%. So let's accept that. And everybody who opposed us is now in prison, awaiting their fate. This army is going to get disbanded, so it no longer puts a strain on our kingdom. Or at least our kingdom's finances. And that is going to do it for today. pretty eventful episode, I would say. I definitely need some feedback from you guys in regards to how we should handle this inheritance situation. Like I was saying, I prefer Sild be our heir, and he is in Eastmarch, but in the Rift that's not the case, and I don't know that we'll be able to change that. So I'll definitely need some ideas on how to pull this one off, because this is going to be pretty tricky. But obviously that will happen next time. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, and I really hope you did, please remember to like and subscribe, and feel free to share my videos however you guys see fit. And I will see you guys back here for the next part of our Crusader Kings 2 Elder Kings mod Let's Play.